Hello friends and colleagues, hello fellow humanitarian workers. This video is about contextualization of sphere, and I'm already contextualizing because I have to use the material that I have here, that I have available, and I'm also contextualizing to maybe also my needs because I'm a very visual person, so I'm contextualizing to that. So you're wondering what this is all about? That's fine. Let's have the journey with me. So in our humanitarian work, of course, we need to contextualize to different disasters, to different countries, contexts, cultures, all of that. And I think we are doing it all the time. But of course, we also have to contextualize to different people. And without the people, all that is not possible. So I was thinking what contextualizing actually means to me. And maybe this is something I find helpful. Okay, in sphere we have our beliefs, our role, our common principles, rights and duties, our commitment, which we also find as a rights-based approach in this humanitarian charter, which is the foundation of the sphere handbook. But along with the other foundation chapters, the protection principle and the core humanitarian standard, this makes up some pieces which bring up the sphere handbook. But now I would like to talk a little bit about training of sphere as well, because that is usually in a box, the sphere handbook and the learning with it. So maybe we have to take the sphere handbook out of the box, and maybe we even have to consider to throw the box away. Because in the sphere handbook we have technical chapters which we need to adapt, of course, to those circumstances we work in with the people. And then we have our qualitative minimum standards, which we are adapting to context anyway. I'm coming to this minimum standard in a minute. And then what Sphere is suggesting is certain key actions which are suggested that you can do to reach the minimum standards, and you can measure it with suggested key indicators. A target of a key indicator is this biggest misunderstanding, the 15 liters per person per day. And of course, you need to contextualize this with the people. So this is what you need to aim for. And if 15 liters per person within 24 hours is a good indicator, find it out with the people, with the other humanitarians, and especially with the affected people. And then we always have the guidance notes, which are like the best tips from 25 years of humanitarian experience. So in sphere trainings, if I simplify, very often we are learning about sphere in one-off training events where we have, let's call this person an expert, and the expert gives a lecture and the participants listen and try to absorb. What I'm trying to do here is let you think, maybe get inspired, if I want to go as far as that, and give you some ideas, maybe how sphere trainings can be done in a different way. Also to invite multiple perspectives from the people. Because one important thing is, to me, make the training also personal, because we are humanitarians. And another principle which I really like to follow is tell me and I forget, show me and I might remember, and involve me and I learn. So the idea is to create a sphere learning journey to help the participants and all the others to use the energy, experience, and that all that life experience that we are having to come up with something new, something which is surprising us. So of course we want the different participants to link, learn and connect, and to share their experiences and knowledges. So the idea is, instead of a one-way learning event, to have a journey where we can listen to each other, where we can look a little bit deeper into our personal experiences, but also into different contexts. And the idea of a learning journey is that in a WhatsApp group, in a Teams channel, whatever type of method or tool you want to use, you are engaging the participants throughout a time frame, maybe of 2 weeks before an actual face-to-face or virtual training event. You share some quizzes, you share some experience, you ask some questions, but you also let the participants introduce each other. So by this, you're also building trust. People maybe listen more to each other. And I'm also saying sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, depending on the context and depending on the participants. But certainly, this is worth trying to improve your learning and also to improve the humanitarian world in general, step by step. So I'm using one example. I was giving sphere trainings in Ukraine, and in Ukraine the participants were frontline workers in the double sense of the word, and they really felt a high need to have sphere, to have very, very practical guidance for their work. And we had this sphere journey as well, and we are still in touch with each other. Not too often, but it's still working. And then there was another training in The Hague, in the Netherlands. And there the participants, it was a one-day training event. We also did a journey. And there the participants were more at a headquarter desk office level. So there was a totally different energy. But the sphere journey not only includes the interaction before a training event, during a training event, but also after. So one thing that we did, and this is maybe new, we put the two groups together in a lessons learned workshop. And there it was just a 90-minute session. Maybe it was not perfect, maybe much more could have happened. But anyway, there was a good and deep listening between people at a head office level with frontline workers. And I'm sure there was some inspiration going on, and there was a really good exchange. So this is just an idea, this is just an inspiration. What you're gonna do with it, you do it, you put your own ingredients in it, you write your own agenda, and hopefully this information can inspire you to find good solutions for future sphere training events. So I'm not worried. We are humanitarians and we are used to be creative and find solutions. Stay happy and healthy if you can. Ciao, ciao, and bye-bye.